A scream shattered the humid Miami night, sharp as broken glass. Neon lights flickered over Ocean Drive, casting pink and blue shadows. The air smelled of salt, sweat, and spilled mojitos. Vincent Cole, tech millionaire, froze mid-step on the crowded sidewalk. His polished loafers stuck to the sticky pavement. That voice, raw, desperate, clawed at his memory point. 20 years vanished in a heartbeat. He knew her voice. Even now, Lila. His childhood love. The scream came again, closer. From an alley, Vincent's pulse hammered his ears. He pushed through tourists, their laughter grating. The alley loomed, dark and narrow, reeking of garbage. A figure slumped against a graffiti-stained wall. Her hair, once golden, was matted and dull at Lila's eyes, wide with fear, locked onto Vincent's knees buckled. He hit the ground hard. Tears burned his eyes, hot and unstoppable. She was alive, but broken. Her dress, torn, clung to her thin frame. Bruises marked her arms like cruel fingerprints. Vincent? Her voice cracked, barely a whisper. He crawled closer, asphalt biting his palms. The alley stench choked him, rotting fruit, stale urine. "Lila, what happened to you?" he asked. Her lips trembled. No answer came. The distant siren wailed, sharp and urgent. Vincent's heart raced. Something was wrong. Her gaze darted past him. To the alley's mouth he turned, saw only shadows shifting. The crowd's chatter felt miles away now. "Lila, talk to me. Please." She clutched a crumpled photo. Edges worn. IT showed them as kids. Laughing, carefree. Vincent's throat tightened. Memories flooded back. Summers in Coconut Grove, stealing mangoes, dreaming big. They'd sworn to escape together. But life split them apart. He became a tech titan. She vanished. Until now, here, in this filthy alley. Vincent reached for her hand, cold as stone. Her eyes flickered with something, panic, maybe guilt. "I didn't mean to," she whispered, his stomach twisted. What did she mean? The air grew heavier, thick with dread. A rustle came from deeper in the alley. Vincent's head snapped toward the sound. Nothing but darkness, thick and suffocating. "Lila, we need to leave. Now." She shook her head, shrinking back. "I can't. They'll find me." His mind raced. Who were they? The photo slipped from her fingers, fluttering down. Vincent grabbed it, heart pounding harder on the back. Scrawled in red ink, "You're next." His breath caught. The words burned. Was this a threat? A warning? Lila's eyes darted to the alley's end again. Footsteps echoed, slow and deliberate. Vincent's skin prickled. Someone was coming. He stood, pulling Lila to her feet. Her body trembled, fragile as glass. "We're leaving. I'll keep you safe." She resisted, nails digging into his arm. "You don't understand. It's too late." The footsteps grew louder, closer. Menacing, to Vincent's mind screamed, run, hide, fight. But Lila's fear rooted him in place. A shadow loomed at the alley's edge, tall, broad, a glint of metal in hand. Vincent's mouth went dry. Danger was here. "Lila, who is that?" he demanded. Her eyes filled with tears, voice shaking. "I did something terrible, Vincent. Unforgivable." His chest tightened. What had she done? The shadow moved closer, boots scraping pavement. Vincent's instincts roared. Protect her! Survived. He grabbed her wrist, pulling her back. The alley's walls seemed to close in. Neon light barely reached them now. A low chuckle came from the shadow. Vincent's blood ran cold. It knew them. "Lila, run," he shouted, voice raw. She froze, eyes locked on the figure. The man stepped into a sliver of light. His face was scarred, eyes hard. Cruel, the knife gleamed in his. Gloved hand, Vincent's heart slammed against his ribs. This wasn't random. This was personal. "Lila, you can't hide forever," the man said. His voice was gravel, low and threatening. Vincent pushed Lila behind him, fists clenched. "Stay away from her," he growled. The man smirked, twirling the knife slowly. "You don't know what she's done." Vincent's mind spun. What was happening? Lila's breath hitched, a sob escaping. "I'm sorry, Vincent. I never meant." Her words trailed off, heavy with guilt. The man took another step, unhurried. Vincent's eyes scanned for an escape. The alley was a trap, no way out. Garbage cans rattled as rats scurried past. The air felt electric, charged with violence. Vincent's phone buzzed in his pocket. He ignored it. No time for distractions. "Lila, tell me what's going on," he urged. Her voice was a whisper, barely audible. "I took something. Something they want back." Vincent's mind raced. What could it be? The man's smirk widened, eyes glinting. You'll both pay for her mistake. Vincent's stomach dropped. This was bad. He glanced at Lila, her face pale. The photo in his hand felt heavier. You're next? The words echoed inside. Was he in danger too now? The man raised a knife. Stepping closer, Vincent's muscles tensed, ready to fight. Lila grabbed his arm, pulling him back. No, Vincent. You can't stop them. Her voice broke, laced with despair. The man laughed, a chilling, hollow sound. Headlights flashed at the alley's mouth. A car screeched, tires burning rubber. The man froze, eyes narrowing sharply. To Vincent's heart leapt. Help, maybe. Lila's grip tightened, nails drawing blood. They're here, she whispered, terrified. The car door slammed. Voices shouted. Vincent couldn't tell friend from foe. The scarred man backed away, knife lowered. This isn't over, he spat. Vanishing, to Vincent's legs shook, adrenaline surging. Lila collapsed against him, sobbing softly. The alley felt colder, more oppressive. Footsteps approached from the car's direction. Vincent turned, shielding Lila. Instinctively, .2 figures emerged. Faces obscured. .1 held a flashlight, blindingly bright. Vincent Cole? A voice called out. His name in their mouths felt wrong. How did they know him? Lila's breathing quickened, panic, erratic. Vincent, don't trust them. She hissed. His mind spun. Who could he trust? The flashlight. Beam danced over their faces. Vincent squinted, trying to see them. The air smelled of danger. Metallic. Lila's hand trembled in his grip. The figure stepped closer, purposeful, silent. Vincent's heart pounded. Time was running out. What had Lila done to bring this? The photo burned his clenched fist. You're next? The threat loomed large. He needed answers, needed them now. But the alley held only questions, and the shadows were closing in. Vincent's heart thudded, echoing in the dim alley. The Miami night pressed close, humid and heavy. Flashlight beams sliced through the darkness, relentless. That Lila's nails dug into his arm, sharp, desperate. The air reeked of diesel and damp concrete. .2 figures approached, their faces still shadowed. Vincent squinted, sweat stinging his eyes. Who are you? He demanded, voice tight. The taller figure lowered the flashlight. Slightly, the woman's face emerged, sharp cheekbones, cold eyes. Detective Marina. Cortez, she said, badge glinting. Her partner, a stocky man, stayed silent. His eyes scanned Lila, suspicious, unblinking. To Vincent's grip on Lila tightened protectively. Her trembling body felt frail, almost weightless. The crumpled photo burned in his pocket. You're next? The words haunted him still. Cortez stepped closer, boots crunching broken glass. We got a call about a disturbance, she said. Her voice was calm, but probing, sharp. Vincent's stomach churned. Something felt off. That Lila's breath hitched, a stifled sob. I didn't do anything, she whispered. Cortez's eyes narrowed, locking onto Lila. Then why are you hiding here? She asked. The alley's walls seemed to lean inward. Neon lights flickered, casting eerie, shifting shadows. Vincent's mind raced. Could he trust them? Lila's fear was palpable, contagious, suffocating. The stocky detective circled. Studying the ground, he kicked a crushed soda can aside. Its metallic clatter echoed, unnervingly loud. Vincent noticed a stain on the pavement. Dark, wet, glistening under the flashlight's beam. His throat tightened. Was that blood? Cortez followed his gaze, her expression unreadable. Care to explain this scene? She asked. Vincent's mouth went dry, words failing him. Lila pressed closer, her breath ragged, uneven. I don't know, Vincent managed, voice hoarse. The stocky detective snorted, unconvinced, skeptical. He pulled out a notepad, scribbling quickly. The air smelled of rust and danger. Vincent's phone buzzed again, insistent, ignored. Cortez crouched, examining the dark stain. Her gloved finger traced its edge carefully. This looks fresh, she said, voice low. Vincent's pulse quickened. Whose blood was it? Lila's hand shook, clutching his sleeve. I didn't mean to, she whispered again, her words sent ice down his spine. What had she done in the dark? The stocky detective's radio crackled, breaking silence. Unit 12, report to base. It hissed. Cortez stood, her eyes never leaving Lila. We need to take her in, she said. Vincent's chest tightened. He couldn't let go. No, she's staying with me, he said. Cortez raised an eyebrow, assessing, calculating. You're involved now, Mr. Cole, she warned. His name on her lips felt wrong. How did she know him so quickly? The alley's heat clung to his. Skinned, Lila's eyes darted wild, searching for escape. The photo in his pocket felt heavy as Vincent's mind replayed the scar man's threat. Was he connected to these detectives? The stocky man stepped closer, hand on holster. "Don't make this difficult," he growled, Vincent's muscles tense, ready to resist. Lila tugged his arm, pulling him back. "Vincent, please don't fight them," she pleaded. Her voice was brittle, edged with panic. The radio crackled again, urgent, garbled voices. Cortez's expression shifted, a flicker of unease. "We're not alone here," she muttered. Vincent's skin prickled. Who was watching? The alley shadow seemed to pulse, alive. A faint scrape echoed from the darkness. Vincent turned, heart slamming against ribs. Nothing but garbage bags and rats. Yet the air felt charged, electric, threatening. To Cortez's flashlight swept the alley's depths. Something glinted, metallic, half hidden in debris that Vincent's breath caught. A knife, maybe? The stocky detective moved toward it. Cautiously, he nudged a trash bag with his boot. The clatter rang out, sharp, startling. Vincent flinched. Lila gasped. Clinging tighter, Cortez's eyes flicked between them, suspicious. "You two know more than you're saying," she said. Vincent's mind spun. He knew nothing. But Lila's silence screamed of secrets. The stain on the pavement gleamed darker. Was it spreading, or was he imagining? The humid air pressed harder, suffocating. Vincent's phone buzzed again. Relentless, maddening. He pulled it out. Screen glowing bright. The text. "Don't trust her. Run." His heart stopped. Who sent this? Lila's eyes widened, seeing the message. She shook her head, lips trembling silently. Cortez noticed, her gaze sharpening instantly. "What's on that phone, Mr. Cole?" she asked. Vincent's hand closed around the protective. "Nothing," he lied, voice barely steady. The stocky detective snorted, stepping closer. His hand rested on his gun, casual. The alley stench grew thicker, nauseating. To Vincent's eyes darted to the glinting object. It was a knife, bloodied, half buried. His stomach lurched. This was real. Lila's grip on his arm slackened. She swayed, pale, eyes glassy with fear. "I didn't want this," she whispered. Vincent's mind screamed. What'd she done? Cortez knelt by the knife, examining closely. "Looks like a crime scene," she said. Her voice was cold, clinical. Accusing. Vincent's thoughts raced. Was Lila guilty? The photo's red ink burned in memory. "You're next." Was he the target? The stocky detective's radio crackled again. "Suspect spotted nearby." The voice said. Cortez stood, her eyes locking on Lila. "You're coming with us," she ordered. Vincent stepped forward, shielding Lila instinctively. "She's not going anywhere without me," he said. Cortez's lips curled, a faint smirk. "Suit yourself, but you're both involved." The alley's walls seemed to tighten further. Vincent's phone vibrated again. Another message. He glanced down, heart pounding harder. "Check her bag. Now." Lila's small, tattered bag hung loosely. Vincent hesitated. Could he betray her? Her eyes met his, pleading, desperate. The detectives watched, their suspicion palpable. That a distant shout echoed from the street. That Vincent's pulse roared. Time was slipping. He reached for Lila's bag, fingers trembling. She flinched, pulling it close, protective. "Vincent, don't," she whispered, voice breaking. The air grew hotter. Thick with tension, Cortez's hand hovered near her holster. The stocky detective stepped closer, impatient. "What's in the bag?" he demanded. Vincent's fingers brushed the bag's rough fabric. Something hard shifted inside, heavy, ominous. His breath caught. What was she hiding? Lila's eyes filled with tears, unspoken guilt. The knife on the ground gleamed accusingly. To Vincent's mind spun. Trust her or not? The text warning echoed. Don't trust her. But his heart screamed to protect her. The alley shadows seemed to whisper now. Danger was close, circling, inescapable. Vincent's hand froze on the bag strap. Cortez's voice cut through, icy, commanding. "Open it, or we will," she said. A Lila's sob broke the humid silence. Vincent's world tilted, truth slipping away. What was Lila hiding in the dark? Vincent's fingers hovered over Lila's tattered bag. The Miami alley pulsed with humid dread. Detective Cortez's eyes bored into him, unyielding. Her partner's hand rested on his gun, tense. The bloodied knife glinted, accusing. On the ground, Lila's sob echoed, raw, breaking Vincent's heart. The air smelled of rust and fear. Neon lights flickered, casting jagged, restless shadows. Of Vincent's phone buzzed again, sharp, insistent. Another text. "Open it. Save yourself." His stomach twisted. Betrayal clawed his mind. Lila's eyes pleaded wide, brimming with tears. "Don't, Vincent," she whispered, voice trembling. Cortez stepped closer, boots scraping sticky pavement. "Last chance, Cole. Open the bag." Vincent's hand shook. Trust the truth? He yanked the bag open, heart pounding. Inside, a small, heavy object shifted. His fingers closed around cold, smooth metal that a gun. Blood smeared heavy with guilt, Vincent's breath stopped. The world tilted. Lila gasped, collapsing against the wall. "I didn't kill him." She choked out Vincent's mind reel. "Who was him?" The stocky detective lunged, grabbing the gun. His gloved hands moved fast, practiced, precise. Cortez's face hardened, a predator's focus. "You're in deep now," she said coldly. The alley stench thickened, choking. Nauseating, Vincent's pulse roared. Was Lila a murderer? The photo in his pocket felt like fire. "You're next." The threat loomed larger. Footsteps echoed again, rapid, from the street. Vincent turned, heart slamming against ribs. A man burst into the alley, panting, young, disheveled, eyes wild with panic. "Lila, they're coming," he shouted, desperate. Vincent froze. Who was this guy? Lila's face drained of color, ghostly. "Run, Daniel," she screamed, voice breaking. Cortez spun, her gun drawn instantly. "Freeze." "Hands up," she barked sharply. Daniel skidded, hands raised, trembling visibly. The stocky detective grabbed him, rough, forceful. Vincent's mind spun. Everything was unraveling. The alley's walls seemed to close tighter. The distant siren wailed, growing louder. Vincent clutched the photo, its edges biting that Lila's eyes darted between him and Daniel. "I didn't mean for this," she whispered. Vincent's chest ached. What was her secret? Cortez lowered her gun, assessing Daniel. "Who's this? Your accomplice?" she asked. Daniel's voice cracked, words spilling fast. "They're after us. They know everything." Vincent's skin prickled. Who was A? The air felt electric, charged with danger. The blood stain glistened, spreading. Ominous. Vincent's phone buzzed again, relentless. Maddening, he glanced down. Another chilling message. "Look behind you. Now." He turned, hard in his throat. Nothing but shadows, thick, suffocating. Yet something moved, a flicker, subtle. Cortez noticed, her flashlight sweeping back. The beam caught a figure, fleeting, vanishing. Vincent's blood ran cold. They weren't alone. Lila grabbed his arm, nails digging deep. "We need to go, Vincent. Now." Her voice was urgent, laced with terror. The stocky detective shoved Daniel forward. "You're all coming with us," he growled. Vincent's instinct screamed, "Run. Don't trust." The siren grew closer, piercing, relentless. Headlights flashed, flooding the alley's mouth. A black van screeched to a stop. Doors slammed. Boots hit the ground. Vincent's heart raced. This wasn't police. Cortez's face tightened, her gun raised. "Get back!" she shouted. Voice steady, point. 3 men emerged, masked, heavily armed, there. Boots crunched glass, deliberate, menacing. Vincent pulled Lila behind a dumpster. Its rusted edge scraped his hand raw. The air reeked of rot and metal. Daniel struggled. The detective's grip tightening. Point. 1 masked man raised a silenced pistol. The shot rang out, muffled, deadly. The stocky detective crumpled, blood pooling fast. Vincent's stomach lurched. This was real. Cortez fired back, her shots echoing wildly. The alley erupted in chaos. Deafening that Lila's breath came in short. Panic gasped Vincent's. Mind raced. Protect her. Survived. He grabbed her hand, pulling her low. The dumpster stench was overwhelming, putrid. Bullets pinged off brick, sparks flying. Cortez ducked behind a trash can. Firing. Point. 1 masked man fell, clutching his leg. The others advanced, relentless, cold. Focus of Vincent's phone buzzed again. Ignored now. Lila whispered, "They want to drive." His head snapped toward her, confused. "What drive? What's going on, Lila?" Her eyes glistened, guilt and fear mixed. "I stole it. They're secrets, Vincent." His mind reeled. What had she taken? The photos, red ink flashed in memory. "You're next." Was he their target? A bullet grazed a dumpster, metal screaming. Vincent yanked Lila down, heart pounding. Cortez shouted, "Stayed down, Cole." Her voice was strained, bullets flying past. Daniel broke free. Sprinting toward them, a masked man fired. Daniel stumbled, fell. Blood stained his shirt, dark, spreading. Lila screamed, her voice raw, broken. Vincent held her back, his arms shaking. The alley felt like a death trap. Cortez fired again, her clip emptying. The masked men closed in undeterred. Vincent's eyes scanned for an escape. The fire escape ladder hung, rusted, high, depointed, whispering. Lila, up there. She shook her head, tears streaming down. I can't leave Daniel, she sobbed. Vincent's chest tightened. Who was Daniel? The van's engine roared, headlights blinding. Another shot cracked, brick dust exploding. Vincent pulled Lila toward a ladder. Her hands shook, slipping on rusted rungs. The air was thick with gunpowder. Acrid, Cortez shouted, Go! I'll cover you. Vincent pushed Lila up, adrenaline surging. The bullet whizzed past, grazing his shoulder. Pain seared, hot, sharp. Disorienting, he gritted his teeth, climbing faster. Lila reached the roof, collapsing, gasping. Vincent followed, his shoulder throbbing, bleeding. The rooftop was dark, littered with debris. Miami's skyline glowed, distant, uncaring. The ocean salt air mixed with blood. Vincent's phone buzzed. A final message. They're inside you. Trust no one. His heart stopped. What did that mean? Lila's eyes were wild, scanning the roof. They'll find us, she whispered, terrified. Vincent grabbed her, pulling her behind Vents. The metal was cold, slick with grime. Footsteps echoed below, heavy. Searching, Cortez's gunfire stopped. Silence fell, heavy that Vincent's mind raced. Was she dead? The van's engine idled low, menacing. Lila clutched the bag, knuckles white. The drive's in here, she whispered. Vincent's eyes widened. It was real. What secrets were worth? This bloodshed? The rooftop trapdoor rattled. Hinges creaking. Vincent's breath caught. They were coming. Lila's hand trembled, reaching for his. I'm sorry, Vincent, she said softly. Her voice carried weight. A final confession. The trapdoor burst open. Shadows rising. Vincent's world spun. Danger closing in. What had Lila dragged him into? Rain hammers the cobblestones of Old Town Alexandria. Streetlights buzz, casting jagged, wavering shadows. Ethan's boots splashed through greasy puddles. His breath fogs in the biting air. The stench of wet asphalt burns his nostrils. Distant sirens shriek, sharp and frantic. He grips Clara's faded photo tightly. Her face, worn, haunts his every move. The alley ahead is dark, suffocating. His pulse races like a trapped animal. Part 3 left him shattered, betrayed. Mara, Clara's sister, spun a web of lies. She swore Clara disappeared years ago. Yet Ethan saw her broken, homeless. He knelt, tears falling, on that grimy street. Her eyes had secrets, not warmth. Now he chases truth through the dark. The alley reeks of decay and sorrow. A rat darts across his path. He jumps, clutching his flashlight harder. Its beam bounces off peeling walls. Clara's name is scratched in crimson paint. His gut churns, nausea rising fast. Someone knows he's hunting her. Wind wails, rattling broken shutters. He steps over. Jagged glass shards. A faint scream stops his heart. IT echoes from deep within the alley. His flashlight trembles in his grip. He whispers Clara's name, voice breaking. Silence answers, heavy and unnerving. He presses forward, legs like stone. The alley tightens, walls pressing close. To the door creaks open on his left. Its hinges groan, rusted and old. He peers inside, throat tightening that a lone bulb sways, casting wild shadows. The room smells of mold and copper. His boots stick to the floor. He chokes. Covering his mouth fast, a figure slumps in the corner. It's human. Still, wrapped in rags, he steps closer, fear strangling him. The flashlight reveals a lifeless face. It's Mara, eyes frozen wide. Her throat is cut, blood pooling. Ethan staggers back, gasping for breath. His mind screams, who did this? Mara's lies brought him here tonight. Was she killed to hide something? Footsteps echo behind him now. They're slow, deliberate, and heavy. He spins. Flashlight beams slashing wildly. The shadow stands in the doorway. It's tall, cloaked in dark fabric. A gloved hand holds a knife. The blade glints in the dim light. Ethan's mouth turns to dust. The figure steps closer, silent, deadly. He stumbles back, tripping over rubble. His flashlight drops, rolling away. Darkness engulfs the room. Instantly he scrambles, hands scraping rough concrete. The figure's boots crunch closer still. Ethan grabs a flashlight. Shaking, he flicks it on, beam unsteady. The figure's gone like it never existed. His chest heaves, heart pounding wildly. Was it real or his fear? Mara's body lies there. Unmoving, he forces himself to stand. His hands shake. Smearing blood, he wipes them on his coat. The knife's image burns his mind. Clara's face flashes, vivid, accusing Daeshi alive, or another corpse. He stumbles back into the alley. Rain stings his face. Cold and relentless, the neon sign hums faintly above. IT casts a sickly yellow glow. A whisper cuts through the storm. Ethan, it breathes. From the dark defreezes. Skin crawling with dread. It's Clara's voice, unmistakable. Chilling, he turns, scanning the shadows desperately. Nothing but rain and empty alley. His sanity phrase, doubts swirling that I ask Clara alive or a ghost. He clutches her photo, now drenched. Her smile feels like betrayal. The twist slams into him hard. Clara wasn't homeless by accident, and Mara's death wasn't random either. Someone orchestrated this entire horror. Ethan's wealth lured him here. His love for Clara was the bait. The alley feels like a cage. Every shadow hides a threat. He recalls Clara's whispered warning. Trust no one, she had said. Was she protecting or manipulating him? His phone vibrates in his pocket. He pulls it out, hands trembling. The text glows from an unknown number. Warehouse on King Street. Now. His instincts scream it's a trap. But Clara could be there, waiting. He hesitates, rain soaking his skin. Sirens grow louder, closing in. Police will find Mara's body soon. He'll be a suspect, perfectly framed. The photo slips from his grasp. IT falls into a muddy puddle. That Clara's face stares up. Mocking, he runs toward King Street, breathless. The warehouse looms, decayed and ominous. Its windows are boarded, glass splintered. The air smells of rust and grease. He pries a board loose, with cracking. Inside, darkness swallows his flashlight's beam. Metal clanks deep within the structure. His breath catches. Fear tightening its grip, he steps inside. Floorboards groaning loudly. Clara's voice calls his name again. It's colder now. Sharp as ice, he follows it, pulse hammering fiercely. The warehouse is a labyrinth of crates. Shadows flicker in every corner. He trips over a rusted pipe. Pain flares through his shin. He curses. Limping forward grimly, the light glows ahead. Faint and eerie, he reaches a clearing. Crates encircling. Clara stands there alive, untouched. Her eyes are steel, not soft. She holds a gun, aimed at him. Ethan, she says, voice like frost. His heart shatters in that instant. The love he chased was a lie. Clara's no victim, but the puppeteer. Why? He croaks, voice splintering. She smirks, cold and calculating. You were too easy, Ethan. Her finger tightens on the trigger. A gunshot explodes, shattering the silence. Ethan braces for pain, but nothing. Clara gasps, blood staining her chest. She crumples, gun falling uselessly. Ethan turns, heart in his throat. Detective Vaughn emerges from the shadows. His gun smokes, face grim. I've been tracking her. Vaughn says. Ethan's legs buckle, mind spinning. Clara was a killer all along. Vaughn holsters his weapon, stepping closer. She used you, Ethan, since childhood. The warehouse tilts around him. Betrayal cuts deeper than any blade. Police lights flash through cracked windows. Sirens scream, nearly upon them. Vaughn grabs Ethan's arm, yanking hard. Move now or you're done. Ethan stumbles. Following the daze, Clara's body lies still, eyes empty. Her secrets might be dead too, or maybe they're just waking up. Rain outside feels colder, heavier. IT washes blood from his hands, but not from his soul. King Street blurs as they run. Ethan's mind churns with new questions. Did Vaughn really save him, or is he part Clara's scheme? The city swallows him, vast and merciless.